Greetings, friends. It's Denise again with Denise's Dancing Paintbrush. And I have started a new collage. This one I've actually started with a charcoal drawing that I did, many years ago, of a little girl who was actually a neighbor of ours. I liked the drawing and thought, I think she would make a lovely collage if I made it larger. So I actually cut her out of this background that's actually a blue, a tint of blue, and glued her onto another piece of paper. But using my photo reference, I composited a few other photos together, thinking I would make her into a little fairy with butterfly wings. After starting it, I didn't like the fairy look. I didn't like how it was moving together, so I decided to take off the wings and the bumblebee and actually just add roses at the base. So, deciding that I liked this idea better, here's how I started my collage. First, I had to glue on my original drawing in the charcoal. All I had to do was cut her out and use some rubber cement and glue her on, and then draw the rest of her body and the roses around it. Actually, I started with the fairy look with the butterfly wings, but I'm going to change that, not to worry. And then once I got that all drawn on, I began pulling out some of the background colors. I liked the spring green look, although I'm not sure if I'm going to keep it. It's so much green. As you can see, I used green from several different sources. I've even got some green that is from an old atlas, a very old atlas, more than 50 years old. But the paper is nice and thick, and I don't mind having little references to cities and places. The green is nice. Starting it this way, I do all the background first, and I save the main subject matter and even the roses for later. I like the idea of the red roses, and I'm not sure if I'm going to keep the red of her shirt. I think that'll be nice if they match. They give me continuity. As you can see, I did not draw the little circlet around her head. But I'm going to put that in once I've put in all of the facial features and do that part last. You can probably see too that I use little folders to keep all the different greens that I have, and the different pinks and the different purples from different magazines and other sources. Being that I'm using a much larger paper, this one is going to take me a little longer, couple of weeks maybe, and so I've only gotten as far as the background for this week. I remember this little girl very well. Her grandmother was babysitting and took her out into the front lawn in front of our apartment complex and allowed me to take several pictures that I was going to use for a children's book I was working on. And many of the pictures were so charming that I decided to just sketch them as exercises in children's faces. And this is one of those exercises that I did. I think it'll make a charming collage as well. Part of the fun of these collages is also adding a few words, a few little hidden pictures here and there. And so I'm nearly at the end here of my background for this week. And so you'll have to tune in next week to see what else I do on this collage. Thanks so much for watching all the way to the end. If you liked this video, do give me a thumbs up and even subscribe. It helps my channel. And I'll see you all next week. Bye everyone. Have a great week.